Hey everyone, so glad you're here. Are you ready for a truly amazing story? This is the story of a little boy who had a dream so big that it actually changed the whole world.
Okay, lean in a little closer. Want to hear a secret? It's about a boy whose songs, I bet you know them. Ready to find out who it is?
Well, it's the story of a boy whose songs made everyone all over the world just smile. His name was John Lennon.
So let's jump in our time machine and go all the way back to when John was just a little kid, already full of big dreams. You ready? Let's go!
And here he is. This is little John. He lived with his Aunt Mimi, who was so kind and loving to him.
Now, John's mom would come to visit, and she showed him the absolute magic of music. She even taught him how to play. And guess what? She bought him his very first guitar. And that right there is where his big dreams started.
Now, at school, John was, well, he was a little bit of a troublemaker. But you know what? He also loved to just sit and draw amazing pictures all day long.
His teachers could see he had a special talent. Even though he was a bit cheeky, they knew he was a real artist. They thought, he'd be great if he went to college to study art.
But John, he loved music more than anything. He didn't just want to listen to songs, no way. He wanted to make them. So he got together with his school friends and they started a band. How cool is that?
And you'll never guess what happened next. That little school band was about to become the biggest band in the entire world. You've got to see this.
First things first, they needed a really cool name. And they came up with the perfect one. The Beatles. It's kind of a fun name, right? Then, a very stylish man named Brian saw them and knew they were going to be huge. He became their manager and he gave them two simple rules. Rule number 1, get rid of those leather jackets and start wearing suits. And rule number 2, always be on your best behavior when you're on stage.
And you know what? It totally worked. The Beatles became the most famous band in the whole wide world. Everybody everywhere was singing their songs.
Wow, just look at that number. 55,000. That's how many people would show up for just one of their concerts. Can you even imagine that? So many people, all there to hear you sing.
But there was one little problem with being so famous. The fans would get so excited that they would scream and cheer so loud.
It was so noisy that John couldn't even hear his own voice when he was trying to sing. Can you believe it?
So, being a huge star was pretty exciting, but John started to have a brand new dream. He wanted to use his music to bring people together and to sing about peace.
And even though he was surrounded by thousands of fans, John felt a little bit lonely. He dreamed of finding a friend who just liked him for being John, not for being a famous Beatle.
And then he met someone special. Her name was Yoko. Now, John was a musician and Yoko was an artist. They met in London and they found out they shared the exact same dream. They wanted world peace.
So, to follow this new dream, John knew it was time to say goodbye to the Beatles. It was a really big decision, but one thing was for sure. He was never, ever going to stop making music.
And together, John and Yoko used their songs to send a message to the whole world. It was a beautiful message, all about asking for peace.
John's story is just incredible, isn't it? It just goes to show you that one little person with one big dream can really change everything. And that gets me thinking.
So let's just think back on his journey, right? He started out as just a small boy. He had this huge dream to make music. He got his friends to help him, and he used his songs to make a real difference. He wasn't afraid to imagine a better, more peaceful world.
John Lennon started with a guitar and a big dream, and look what he did. He changed the world. So now it's your turn. What's your big dream going to be? What amazing things are you going to do?